Hey there friends, Dave Paulides, Canam Missing Projects, copyrighted edition for our video channel. So, what am I doing here? Yeah, this isn't a normal day for Dave to be on. Well, a couple of things. First of all, there will not be a Bigfoot class tomorrow. But even more importantly, and even more fun-wise, I'm going to drop an interview on you that will blow your socks off. So in Missing 411, the UFO Connection, which you can watch on Amazon, iTunes, and Vimeo, and you can buy the DVD and Blu-ray from me, in that show, we interviewed retired FBI agent John D'Souza. I knew a little bit about John, and we spent a day with him talking just about issues related to the movie. Subsequent to that, John and I had a lot of conversations about a variety of different things. And the work he was involved with in the FBI, he was one of the three primary agents assigned to 9/11. And we had a far-ranging conversation about his work in the FBI at the movie premiere. And that interview was video recorded. It's quite different from his interview that I did with him that lasted a couple hours. That's in the extras section of the DVD and Blu-ray. But this interview, out of all the interviews I've ever done, you gotta watch this one. John's one of the most interesting people I've ever met. Now, whether you wish to believe him or whether you wish to question him, that's in your ballpark. But I'm bringing that interview to you, and it'll come on tomorrow instead of the Bigfoot class, which will resume the following week. But the other night here in Montana, and surprisingly, this was at about the time that spy balloon was flying over Billings. Looking at the flight track, it didn't come anywhere near Kalispell, etc. But over the last 6 months, Joe Hauser and I have been watching things in our sky that are not normal. I've talked to you about this before. Mainly, there's something I've seen in the skies in a variety of locations in the United States. It is below the cloud layer. If the cloud layer is at 30,000 feet, this is below that. It doesn't move like anything else out there. It's not a satellite. It appears somewhat stationary sometimes, and then suddenly it'll move and it'll change. The other night, Angie and I were outside, and I put the camera on it and I captured it. So what I'm going to show you is my video of catching this thing, and this is it. This is it right here. It does very odd things. Now the movement you see of it is no doubt the movement of my camera, but it illuminates from time to time and changes in its appearance. And it gets large, it gets small, it flashes different colors. It's very odd. Now, I took several videos of this. I'll show you another one. This is a longer version. Again, it's right up here. And I'll zoom on it in a second, but I wanted to see how stationary I could get this thing. And it almost at times looks like it's three individual bodies. And then it'll move. So I'm zooming on it. And you could see it flashes different colors. Red, blue, green, those were the primary colors that I saw. Now, Joe and I have seen these in the skies before, in different parts of our skies up here. The other day, when there were 4 of them in the sky at once, I captured something, and this is the most important picture I've captured of it. Why is this important? Because it's proving that it's between land and the clouds. This isn't shining through the clouds. This is underneath the cloud layer, which tells us, another picture of it, which tells us that it's low in elevation compared to satellites, etc. Now, I've talked to you guys about these before, and other of you have written in and said, hey, Dave, we saw that, and we remember that. And well, it's starting to irk me a little bit. Interestingly, it started to irk me just about the time the press started to come out and talk about these things flying through our skies. A lot of you have asked questions and said, well, Dave, what is going on? Well, here's what I'll tell you, the UFO community. The UFO community tends to think that maybe they're setting us up for some type of admission. Some in the UFO community admit this. Now, there are unsubstantiated rumors, catch my statement on this, that the recent UFO that was spotted over Lake Huron took 2 missiles to down whatever it was. Nobody's confirmed this. It's just rumor at this point. Now, our government being ultra quiet about this. Another unsubstantiated rumor is that we shot down our own weather balloon. That was heard on several news agencies. Again, unsubstantiated. What is substantiated? They're not saying anything. They're not saying what they shot down. They're not saying what they saw. But understand one huge thing. When they say that they don't know the shape, size, whatever, it's a complete lie. Here's why it's a lie. Because every fighter that we have has a front-up display that's recorded. And it has FLIR, and it has standard definition HD recording capabilities. So when that pilot locks on to whatever the thing is, we're going to be able to see exactly what they saw. And the best example is that if you go back to the TikTok video that was off of Baja, California, off the Nimitz battle group, when they filmed that, they filmed it with their display. Every jet has this. They're not talking about it. They're not saying anything about it. Our military knows a lot more than what they want to say. A lot more. I will also say this, that the area of northern Michigan is also the same area where I did a video back years ago. A U.S. fighter jet left Kennesaw Airport in northern Michigan at the request of Canada about a UFO flying from east to west over Lake Superior. And as our fighter jet closed on the object, when they got together close, they both disappeared. Jet was never found. Pilots were never found. Yeah, that was out of northern Michigan. There's been a lot of strange disappearances. Boats, planes, etc. out right off the coast of Michigan into the Great Lakes. So, do I think I know what's going on? No, I really don't. Do I trust the government? No, I really don't. Do I think it's all China? Could be. Could be. But I don't know. And when I defer to people that are way smarter than me, that have been in the military, they're very frustrated with what the military's not saying. They're also very frustrated with our commander-in-chief not making any statements about what's going on in our airspace when we supposedly have shot down now 3 or 4 different devices. Yeah, very frustrating. But I promise to keep this short. The video that I showed you, that's mine, so I could show it to you. I filmed it, I could show it to you. And that was filmed over the Flathead Valley here. My guess is you have these in your skies as well. And I don't know what they are. Nobody's talking about it, which is odd. But you keep your eyes open. In the meantime, if you guys have a story about orbs, UFOs, that have had some impact on you at some level, I want to hear about it. And that's canam@yahoo.com, like Canadian American Missing at yahoo.com. And in the meantime, don't miss the interview tomorrow. And I'm serious, every minute of it is a 10. I'm promising you. All right? And then we'll be back on our same schedule again. You guys are great. Thanks for being here. Remember, go watch the movie. And if you have watched it on Amazon, if you've rented it or purchased it, please go leave a review. It would help us. In the meantime, Paulides out.